I know F1 drivers do reaction tests and have massages and stretches before a race, but I need coffee and nicotine to get this stuff on the go, I tell you. Albeit pretend nicotine. Like a cross between James Hunt and Jeremy Clarkson. Maybe not. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Thank you so much for checking this channel out. Welcome to another instalment of this recurring nightmare, this roller coaster that is my F1 2020 season. Welcome to Japan, to the Suzuka circuit. My earliest memory of this track was playing MotoGP on PS2 in about 2004, and we were all blown away by, if you went off the track and there was a bit of dirt on the tyres as you re-enter the track, and it was sort of a dirty tyre, and the graphics were, at the time, we were just blown away by it. So I've got a history with this track. I know this track really well as a gamer. I love it. I think it's one of the old school, like Spa-esque classics that should never be, repeated, but should never go away. So if you saw Russia, then I apologise on wasting your time. Link is above, but we return in the same realistic approach that we always have, where any result is a result, and yeah, today is no different. So we qualified pretty far back as it was. Now, to be honest with you, I've made a bit of a mistake due to where I replaced some of the engine components. I shouldn't have, Gazzy 11, I shouldn't have done that. It's given me a 20 place grid penalty. So we were doomed from the start. A pole position would have meant nothing in qualifying today. I do regret that because the car in practice today has been very competitive. One of the slightly more competitive tracks that we've had. I thought it'd be best to cut our losses and update a couple of elements of the engine, and it hasn't worked out very well because we could have been competitive today. We are at the back, we're starting 20th. Don't go anywhere, because we have to get a result. There is no more, oh, I hope we get a result, oh, I hope we do well. No, there are 4 races left, 18, 19, 20, 21, okay, 5 races left to get a result, to get some more points. We've gone a long time now with no points. France was the last time that we gained a single point, and we were ecstatic about it, which is just, I thought I was better than this. It's a really a harsh reality, this game, in these settings. Jeopardy is real, guys, like I always say, and as much as I love it, I want to get to Red Bull. I want this channel to progress. I want to get to a fighting car and then have some races nearer the front. But reality is, we've had the season from hell. So without further ado, welcome to this classic Suzuka circuit, Japan. Let's do this. Okay, so race strategy wise, very plain and simple. Doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence because we're going to start on the softs. Like I imagine the top 10 will probably be on the soft tyre to start with, so that means the one stop is going to be the way to go for the front of the pack. We are going soft to hard, it's what they recommend, it's the quickest strategy. It does mean we go in pretty early, but it hopefully means that we can climb a couple of places in the midfield and maybe fight for some points, but I always say that and I always have contact, so let's get this done then. Let's get to the race. Okay guys, as ever, wish me luck. We need it today for 5 lights. Quite a long wait. Let's go then. Nothing to lose today. Let's keep out of trouble. Very easy to lose it on this track. Very easy. I manage the tyres today, keep my head, never full throttle through there, always about 50% throttle in 5th. Just backing off a little bit, try not to rush in there and get some damage straight away. We'll have a go. Muscle our way in, past the Williams.
Looking good so far.
Be very patient on this circuit. Be very patient on the throttle. It's really bad. Early warning, the track limits aren't too bad on this track. You have got to make a mistake to find the limits. But again, it's so easy to lose it that it's natural to be a little bit more conservative. Yeah, you can't be too early on the throttle, you can't be too aggressive when you think you're in the all clear there. Same way here. That's about as close as I want to get to those limits on that section. And that little hairpin, quite a nice place to make up a little bit of time as well, which we need to do. Catching the grass is no good there. Like I said in the last video, it's very easy to be overcautious, and that leads to just as many problems as attacking every corner. We've got to do something today. The car seems to handle a little bit better on this track than it did in Russia. It seems just to be a little bit more sturdy, but again, we're on the hards, it's normally a different story. Again, your gear decision can affect so many factors of this little sector. Oh, so can your throttle.
We're accumulating some wear on the MGU. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Trying to manage the oversteer as much as possible, not lose any time. Again, patience there. You only make one mistake once on this track. Don't tend to recover from anything that too aggressive, that's for sure.
Might start to have fuel management issues. Let's see if we can use this to our advantage over the next few laps.
They're keeping us at arm's length. Should we join the DRS train for the first time? Again, patience on the exit. Quite the oversteer. Early on the power, but you always have to ease back off again, as you see.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
With a late brake, you kind of get away with it there. Delicate on the throttle. And we're catching. There's always Grosjean for some reason. So wrapped up in keeping it clean that we're forgetting the fuel and the ERS. I think we'll use a little bit of that. This is in position now. Don't want to try anything too dastardly there. Yeah, we'll go to Rich as well. I think we need to start making a couple of moves, otherwise we're going to just sit here. Not an easy track to pass on. There are harder tracks to pass on, but this one feels like there's more danger. Oversteer just kills you. Whoa. Just heart skips a beat and you just pull that oversteer back because you face the wrong way. That 5 tyres aren't feeling amazing already. I think the extra power from the engines. That was an ad-lib move, sorry. Worked. Sometimes you find yourself in a position where you've got no choice but to make a move, and it normally doesn't pay off, as you've seen more often than not. It's a nice line through there, early on the power. Same wobble as Giovinazzi. Maximise the engine output just to keep ourselves in the mix. Definitely braking later than those guys in front, but kind of got nowhere else to go, so you have to stick behind for a second. Looks like somebody might have come out the pit lane. There's some moves being had. Nice and easy on the brake there, barely touching the brake as you go through that entrance. And decelerate, fight the oversteer. Holding on for dear life before it snaps back on the line. Try not to touch any curbs in that sector because they will just send you flying. An early brake there again because of the track limits. Does lead nicely into that next corner though. Looks like it's going to be that's going to be our corner for moves. I'm not complaining at all. Magnussen up ahead on the medium tyre. Both within a second, these cars. I always brake early there. More as a precautionary measure. Touch a curb. A little bit sloppy. But we're going in the right direction for now. I'll take nothing for granted. Every lap is never guaranteed. Early up change to third there, just to try and get rid of any potential oversteer through that little chicane. Okay, seems to be going. This first stint's going pretty quickly. Aggressive, but almost trying to use the oversteer in 6th gear there to get us round.
Everything's looking good.
That's pretty wide. Not sure what the rest of the field's looking like and whether we're in our own little zone, but points aren't feeling that in reach at the moment. Early brake and still miss the apex. Like I said, there is such a thing as too cautious. Equally as dangerous in my book. Ooh, it was a move. Don't like moves. gas. Yeah, early up shift, just keep it on the line. Again, patience on the throttle is the quickest way. That is an early brake, silly. Followed by a late brake and wide. Kind of killed our chances of an overtake there on this, I forget the name of this little section, but it's pretty scary, I can imagine. From an overtaking point of view. A bit wide there. Hold it. Big wobble from Raikkonen there.
In this lap, push now.
Sorry guys, I'm backing off. There's no way you can pass in this first corner without contact. Surely. Use our head a bit more today. Not just jump in there all guns blazing. Which doesn't work, as much as I love it. Hopefully you guys love it as well. Catch it on the exit. Yeah, I thought we'd be a little bit more competitive than this. I think Gasly's on the cusp of points, if not in there. Big snap there. Oh, we nearly missed our entry. Whew. Right. Onto the hards we go. As good a time as any. No wing change. No idea. Okay, lots of people have come in.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
A couple of fast drivers ahead, and we're still not really. Oh god, I hate the immediate oversteer. Immediate oversteer on these hards. Just makes you even less confident on the throttle. As you can see, drifting our way around. Still got plenty of fuel, plenty of battery for a minute. Look at that, just get the power down. Hopefully they'll rubber in nice and quickly. Like I said before, it changes your whole perspective of every corner entry and braking zone because the grip is a different level. We'll lock up there to prove the point. 6 seconds to Albon then. We're in 18th. Doesn't feel like we're making much progress, but God, it's night and day. We're feeling the car between soft and hard tyres. You just don't have the time or the room on a track like this to adjust. You just have to roll with it and trust your instincts on corner entries and the throttle without losing time in the process. Okay, next wave of pit stoppers.
Ahead is 9.8 seconds.
Quite a couple. So you allow for the oversteer, it doesn't come, and then it kind of throws you off in the same sort of way. More grip, early braking.
Boxed for the mediums, car behind on the medium tyre.
Not too displeased so far. You can't help wonder if this is it for us, if we're just going to sit, I don't know, disprove my own point. You do wonder if you're just going to sit with a gap. Take right and put it straight.
We think the car behind might be struggling with fuel issues. See if you can increase the gap.
A little bit wide there. Yeah, can we build this? No, I always say that. Can we close?
Let's try and reduce it if we can.
Close this gap. On it, Jeff. Trying our best, mate. See, even with these lines, I only have these lines here, guys, the racing lines, just as a bit of assistance while I talk to the camera and while I try and keep myself competitive. I will turn them off if I get a better car. I said that in a previous video. They are there as just a little bit of a backup in case I'm talking too much and forget where I'm at.
Gap to teammate
But
ahead is 29.4
let me know in the comments. But in all truth, they are more of a, oh god, that's exactly what I mean, track limits as well. They are a bit more of a guideline. I don't follow them maybe as much as I even should do. Oh my god, that was it. In terms of braking zones, it does vary. They don't adapt to the feeling of the car, the setup of the car or the tyre condition. As much as you would think. I think we're actually losing time to signs. I feel like this might be where we stay for the rest of the race. I hope not.
Pierre is in for his stop.
Gasly goes in, and he's a long way ahead then. I don't think, if I'm honest, that we can catch him.
Gap to car in front
Obviously catch him, but I
6.9 seconds.
don't think we're going to close the gap to him. I think he's probably going to come out ahead. Especially when I go wide like that. Still got plenty of fuel though. And we'll use a bit of overtake just to give us a bit of a boost down here. Okay, come out ahead of Bankson, that's great. Undercut seems to be working in some form. No sign of Gasly though. Ooh, look at that. Thought that was a penalty then. Yeah, constant fight with the car. Never underestimate what they call medium traction control. If you haven't tried it, I recommend just giving it a go on a time trial. The difference is, again, night and day. Your whole confidence in, I mean, that's where a lot of the oversteer probably comes from. Your confidence in applying the throttle, you know, to get through a corner and get around the lap as quickly as possible is completely gone. And then you couple that with anti-lock brakes, they're off, like they are in the real car. So you can't be too harsh on the brakes, you can't also brake while turning. All of these little things, as you can see. They make the car twitchy, they make the car very low in confidence. And ultimately, obviously, we're slower than we would be with full assistance.
5.3 seconds.
I'm also in a midfield car, as you know. excuses, guys. But again, I urge you to please try it. Let me know in the comments. What does it feel like? Play the game with anti-lock brakes off, medium traction control, or even worse, no traction control, because between braking and putting the power down, it's a total new ball game. And we're catching signs, which is cool, really cool. Also got a nice gap, so if we do make any mistakes, there's a chance we can hold our position. I'm just trying so hard not to push me luck with these limits. Again, they go hand in hand with the settings that I'm using with the car. It's not me cutting corners on purpose or taking the mickey, it's lack of control, for want of a better expression, really. More often than not, it's a reaction to the car rather than an actual decision that causes the warnings and the penalties to accumulate. So, you can see. But it's great fun. It brings some entertainment, well, to me anyway. But it certainly justifies at this point keeping the racing lines. Doing that thing again where I lean to one side with a bad back. Very rewarding though when you use the gears to your advantage, in terms of rather than just changing up and down for the sake of it, you kind of use the engine braking, the mechanical grip you can get from the gear changes, and obviously most of it's mistakes, but you kind of almost need control over the gears when you've got such little traction. But head down, 4.2 seconds, we're 14th. All hope is not lost yet.
Just so you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors. I don't think you need to be worried.
Okay.
It's just some bad data, so keep doing what you're doing, and I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
Cheers, matey. It's wide. Not a bad exit though. That is late. We've got away with it. What's the 10th? Sit up straight, mate. Again, it's just greed and just trying to send it. Got a bit more time now. Points don't seem that realistic today, but they really didn't from the start. Way better through there.
Okay, you're catching the
Just can't seem to.
Remember, we need to get to the end of the race.
Can't seem to close the gap really. Can't rely on tyre deg on their part because ours will be doing the same, if not worse. Still got plenty of fuel in the bag though, which is cool. Again, let me know in the comments. But I tend to run a rich fuel mix in a lot of the practice programs. Obviously just a little bit more power, a little bit more speed. I wonder if they take that into consideration, particularly with the race strategy program. I obviously use rich for it. I'm trying to get round, obviously set a decent time in the standings of the practice session itself as well as get it done. I wonder if they take it into account and go, okay, he uses rich fuel and then we'll give him more fuel in the race. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or whether I'm carrying too much fuel and it is slowing us down. Let me know in the comments, guys, because I can always go back to keeping it standard and I don't know, it just feels good in rich. It feels like you've got more power somehow, even if you are heavier. Swings and roundabouts. We're just not making any headway with signs, are we? Very big regret changing the power unit bits that I did change. I'll post in here what they were because I can't remember. Experience would tell me not to look because I'll crash. But yeah, we need something if we're going to climb this this grid today, or this pack.
We're trailing our teammate by 8.4 seconds.
Okay, so I wonder if Gasly's 11th then. If that's the case, with 7.5 to Norris. I really shouldn't be looking mid-corner, should I? Yeah, car's feeling decent. We're not making much ground. Not enough at this stage of the race, I don't think, to make much of a difference. It's a shame.
Been awarded a time penalty.
Such a big mistake.
Time at the end of the race.
It's hoping for a clean sheet. It's really hoping for a clean sheet.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind.
We can't go a race. Can't go through a race without a penalty, it seems. As hard as I try. See that gap creeping down to the car in front, and you just go full send. Shame. Of course, the good news is pulling away on the car behind, and we've already got enough of a gap to cancel the penalty.
Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
If they let me retire last race, we could have saved a bit of this wear, and looks like we'll probably be facing a grid penalty on the next race, which I think is Mexico. Track I do like. I think it's going to be a bit of a thriller, that one. On this lonely venture that we call Japan.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. Issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a sense it wasn't meant to be today. Come on. That's another 2 tenths there. Yeah, you start at the back and,
there's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
you know, try and stay out of trouble. Never works. But yeah, starting 20th and 14th, I don't think it's actually a bad result, really. If we'd hit the same race with the same cool head from a top 10 start, especially on the one stop, we might have come away with a point or two, but hindsight is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Especially on this game. Honestly guys, I can't push any harder.
seconds.
Free to go then. Turning into a bit of a scrap now. Keeps you on your toes. No two laps are the same, which I love. Let me know in the comments, guys. I don't know if we're going to get to Red Bull at the end of this season. That was the game when I started this channel. That was the aim. Where should I go? Let me know in the comments, guys. Where should I go? Who should I approach? If we don't get that opportunity. Should we do a signs and go to Renault? Like he did in 2018? 2017. Obviously, the difference with Ricciardo is he went from Red Bull to Renault, whereas Sainz went from Toro Rosso to Renault. Never got that front car drive, which I think is a real shame actually that he didn't stick around for that. Can't see all of them. Yeah, we lost a lot of time, guys, but had the track to ourselves quite a lot today. Kept it clean. Picked our fights, and that, in that respect, it's been a success. We just don't have the car to jump through the field at this level from last place. So the reality was always there. The ironic thing is we can afford another penalty. Don't say that. Cool. Another enjoyable race to drive, but probably an unbearable one to watch. So I can apologise on that front, especially as it breeds no success in terms of points, but I think we've driven it one of our better drives of the season. On gear. He says as he nearly bins it on the last lap. We're a long way from the front of the pack, as you can see though. But anybody who knows me knows I like realism. I don't want to be winning races in a Williams. When we get there one day and we do win a race, which I'm going to do on this channel, I promise, it's going to be well earned and well deserved. Otherwise it won't feel the same to me. Other side of the coin is, I have performed like an utter monkey all season. But there we are. 7th gear please. There we go, guys. Hope that wasn't too boring for you. 14th. I think is a good result from 20th when you consider the circumstances we're under and the pressure that we're under for a result. I believe with no points, that is a good result and hopefully reflects a bit better on us than previous races have done so. We've got it in us, that's the thing, we've got it in us. But we've got to put it all together. Bottas, he's been winning all season. That's how unrealistic this game is. There's a nice Red Bull up there as well. What a Max. Reflective of last year's real season, I think. Let's see where Gasly finished. See if he got any more points on us on the standings. Okay, so Gasly 12, and he started 11th. So
who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I have to give it to Walker. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
I think we had a better race than Gasly again. Driver of the day as well. Excellent. It's the small things, it's the small wins. Guys, once again, thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. Can't wait for the real season to begin. We're going to finish the season. We're going to see where we go, see where opportunities take us to keep some cool races coming. So thank you. Like, subscribe. Please share if you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying it. What teams would you like me to approach at the end of the season? And if we can't get a Red Bull seat, where do you want me to go? Thanks again, guys. Look forward to the next one. Yeah, see you again.